7th for the year. And McGill's first pitch is a fastball in for a strike, and we're underway. In this kind of a cauldron. A ball and a strike to LeMahieu. Professional season. And his changeup misses down. 2-1. Extension. But it's been a rough year for him by his standards. Fouls back the fastball at 97 from McGill, and it's 2-0.
Field.
Now 33 years old. And he fouls it off, and it's still 2-2.
Remember when he.
And he slashes one foul. In fact, he's tied with cross toward right out of the Northwest. And McGill comes up and in at 96. Full count. 8th pitch of this opening at bat, and LeMahieu takes strike 3 call. Fastball has been a rough year for him, hitting .215. Reached base in 12 straight starts. Plays center field. And McGill just missed with that fastball, and it's 2-0.
Yes, who isn't? Only human.
2-0 to Gardner, and that's in for a strike. 2-1. And that just missed, a little bit low.
Pitch is the most important pitch in the game right now.
Gardner slashes one down the left field line. Diving is McGill, but he can't get it, and it rolls to the corner. Gardner to second. He's going to take the turn. He's going to try for 3. The relay by Lindor, and he is safe. Hustle. He had triple on his mind.
Nice turn around first base.
There's Aaron Judge. The infield's going to stay back. Slugging. 30 home runs, 75 driven in.
337 with runners in start.
2-0 to Judge with Rizzo on deck. And now 3-0.
No, you're going to
honors. So many injuries since then. 3-0 swinging, hits it on the ground. Baez has it behind the bag. A run will come in. Gardner scores. Rizzo. And Rizzo first pitch swinging, fouls one away.
Rizzo's one of those. The bag, and it might have given him a shot. What would you call Rizzo's year?
He had a funny series against the Mets earlier this year as a Cub. The Mets held him in check. He went just 3 for 25, but he also hit 2 of those 3 hits were home runs.
When he was first traded over.
29th game as a Yankee. And he goes down swinging on the high fastball. So McGill gets a couple of. Well, you can still do that. Once you have the ball, you can block the plate.
Certainly.
Gleyber Torres takes a strike. After a rough 2020, which followed a 23 RBIs, and he's hitting just 249. And it pretty much coincides.
Sitting on the bench for McGill.
And that just missed off the corner. 2-2. Joey Gallo on deck, and then Gary Sanchez for the Yankees. And Torres lays off the slider, and it's 3-2.
So it looks like Uncle Charlie.
4-3 ball count in the first 5 batters for McGill. Slow tapper. Lindor has to charge. Throwing on the run, and he's got it. It's Mr. 3 true outcomes. And he drives this one to center field, and that ball is out of here. Joey Gallo puts the Yankees in the lead with one of his 3 true outcomes. Got a curveball, made no mistake. His 32nd home run, 2-1 Yankees.
First pitch, swinging at a breaking ball. Interesting. And we've seen enough of Tyler to know.
Home run. 2-1 Yankees. Here's Sanchez. And he takes a fastball for a strike. Gallo is such an interesting player because he's such a.
He's a left-handed bat at Yankee Stadium.
It's made him an all-star twice. Slider in the dirt to center.
On the left side.
Sanchez cracks one toward the middle. Baez, though, gets over and throws him out. Been back about 2 weeks from a hamstring injury that kept him out nearly a month. Slider by McGill, and it's on deck. And Urshela strikes out on the slider. McGill's got his city went through, and your players went through, and all that you contributed that week.
It's amazing how you can be happy even though there are people in uniform, of course, those first responders who are so spectacular during that week of our lives. And to overcome fear, you need a great effort, and we had no practice.
A sense of community that night.
Without a doubt, that when I went over to talk with Bobby and Kick, when we were able to look in the stands, and here's the second out of the inning, look in the stands, and I saw every home run that he hit during my tenure from that same perspective. And I heard every home run that he hit from that same perspective. And this one was different, Keith. This was going to, land in Baghdad. And it was just an amazing game, the tears before the game, the anxiety before the game, the wonderment of how do you act before the game. And we're a Braves fan, Yankees fan, or Met fan, everyone felt the same way.
Gardner with his second hit of the night. That game that brought baseball back to New York on the 21st is the one everybody remembers. But
commercial, and I wanted to set an example.
I didn't know that before. That shocked me when I read that.
And everyone in uniform and carrying machine guns and knowing that the world had changed overnight. That fear. I remember talking to every guy on our team individually, and every guy on our team had the same. Yes.
Can we keep it for another half inning, Bobby? Leads off for the Yankees in the fourth. So this surprised me when I just read this. The Yankees, but they have yet to do it through their first 140 games. Popped up in the shallow right, and Baez, who was playing out there, barely has to move. Rizzo retired, one out. So normally that airtight Yankee bullpen has been a little less airtight. Labor to start the inning. Torres grounded out to short his first time, and he grounds this one wide of third. VR can't get it, but Lindor does. That's one. So 2 on Gallo, who socked a home run his first time. That was on a curveball. He gets a first pitch fastball in his career in his days with Texas. By the way, looking at the Yankees uniform tonight, it reminds me that tomorrow they wore uniforms that said New York rather than Mets. They'll be in the style of the uniform, if that's the uniform they're going to be wearing. Gallo swings at a high fastball. It's 3-2. Really bad plays in the field so far. And a foul tip for strike 3. So Gallo went upstairs again to chase it.
Crossing over the George Washington Bridge and see what has happened for the first time. Can you take us back to what that was like inside, what the mood in the bus was, what happened, the emotion?
I think guys in general were just trying to take it all in. We were all overwhelmed with the moment and what was going on, and I think
that you could have on the city.
Well, that's Bobby's personality. He's infectious and he's a leader, and so he immediately was like, "What?"
How difficult was it for you as a major league player to have the necessary focus and think?
Right.
Is there one image when you look back at that time that sticks with you? That game, obviously, on September 21st, everybody remembers the Piazza home run, and it felt like it was the first time that the beginning of the night from yourself, from your teammates, from the crowd, versus what you felt after that home run.
Sadness at the beginning of the game. I think everyone was overwhelmed with seeing if there was going to be more attacks, any of that. So I think that there's always going to be fear and regularly and playing baseball.
Glendon, I can't thank you enough for being here with us.
Love listening to you guys.
Oh. There you go, guys. Send it back to you.
That's okay, because we loved watching Glendon Rush pitch.
Yes, we did.
He would throw those hour and 58 minutes lefty. Rougned Odor, the pinch hitter. And he takes a fastball high 2-2. So Tyler McGill. Odor hitting just .206 for the year, and he goes down swinging on a changeup. McGill's got his 8th strike. McGill. DJ LeMahieu leads off in the top of the 6th and takes a fastball for a strike.
Ever since McGill got
2. So I have a bit of news. Miguel Cabrera just grounded out. Not. He's already reached 500 home runs this year. Has anybody reached 500? Brett Gardner on deck, then Aaron Judge in the 6th. And the fastball just missed. Second game of that doubleheader Saturday. Mets lost the game 4-3. And there's ball 4 to LeMahieu. First walk by McGill. But at a time, the triple for Gardner was his 4th of the year. Doubles, triples, and home runs.
And that's why Big Pete is
30 years. Howard, I think, had 80 extra base hits that year.
huge number.
Gardner hits a double play ball. Lindor with a step and the fire. Low throw. Alonso picks it, but it's too late. And then struck out. And he pits one on the ground. Villar to second. Baez to first. That's a double play around the horn.
Just a few notable things, so many across the sports world this weekend on the 20-year anniversary of 9/11.
Trying to spend at least part of my morning listening to different
Sound in our house for the entire time it takes to read.
TV in the morning, but that's a day where I'll turn the TV on. There's no question.
And now, you know, ratings of the names, and that really kicks you in the gut too, because Rizzo strikes out. That's strike 9, and that's the part that just devastates you. And you know, Rusty Staub's organization has done such a fantastic job of supporting those families.
I was just going to bring that to the bell.
You know, some of the wives who were pregnant at the time, those children are now in college.
Crazy. And has a career high in Ks. Torres hammers one down to third, and it's off the glove of a leaping VR and down the line. Torres is going to try for 2. Lindor digs it out. Baez with the tag, but he drops the ball. Torres stays on the base, and he's aboard with a double.
Well, that's usually a play that
And McGill has been very sharp since then. He leans back. Gallo ball. One to Gallo. We're still getting along just fine. McGill just pumping heat by Gallo. Foul tip and drop up. So Gallo hangs. 1-2 coming to Gallo. And he misses high. 2-2. So we mentioned Miguel Cabrera earlier in his 9 straight hits. That brings him to 2,973. And there's 2-2 coming. And Gallo goes down swinging. 97-mile-an-hour heat from McGill. 10 strikeouts are going to happen.
Oh, I almost left the booth.
Who back in the 50s and 60s, between innings, would do the beer commercials where they'd have to pour the beer perfectly and take a little sip of it on the air.
Really?
Yeah, Lindor catches the pop-up.